Hey Guitar Thinkers, I'm going to take you through a few things that maybe you don't know about GuitarThinker.com. First of all, the point of GuitarThinker.com is to make sure that you've got all the tools that you need to learn guitar and music theory quickly. How to memorize every note of the fretboard, how to build chords and scales, all of these really important skills that you need to develop as a real thinking guitar player, a very thoughtful musician. GuitarThinker.com aims to give you every single one of them that you need. So when you log in, every single day there should be a new daily quiz that you and guitar players all over the world can work on. So these quizzes are meant to help you work on chord construction, like this is here, G major triad. What are the tones in a G major triad? I think most musicians would know that there's a root, a third, and a fifth. And if you don't know that, that's okay. This is designed to show you what it is that you know and what it is that you don't know. Okay, what's the second question? In what inversion is this chord in? What inversion? We put B in the bass position here. That's first inversion. Okay, now we're going to move it up. We're going to put D in the bass position. That's second inversion. Okay, now we're going to go through a bunch of quiz questions that are in the wheelhouse of chord construction. Again, really important to know how to construct chords. An A2 chord, also known as an A sus2 chord, is built with the root, second, and fifth chord tones. Again, you can hear these chord tones as you are clicking on them. That's really important to know, to work on your ear training and understanding what a second sounds like and what a root sounds like. If you need any help, if you just wait a few seconds, you can click on the help modal here, and we can see here that it tells me exactly what this thing is. It's an A2, and that I've got a root and a fifth. Here's another root and a second and a fifth. I can use these buttons down here to see that that's an A and an A and a B, and this is an E note and an E note. I can see how these notes relate from the fretboard to the staff, and this really gives an immense amount of information so that I can learn not only what this shape is and that I might like the sound of this shape, but also, and maybe just as important or maybe more importantly, exactly all the other information as far as how to read this on the staff, the construction details of the theory, the music theory behind this chord. So sus2 chords, often notated as 2, are constructed with the first, second, and fifth notes of the major scale. That is the help modal, and you can use that help modal for any quiz at GuitarThinker.com. Okay, so I'm going to go through the rest of this really quick. Diminished is root, flat third, and flat fifth. Augmented is root third and sharp fifth. And these, if I get a question wrong, I can open this lesson in a new tab. And every single daily quiz has this feature where you're not alone. You're not on an island. This quiz is not here to stump you. It's here to help you learn. So you can open the lesson in a new tab if you are not sure what the question is. And you can also, again, just open up this help modal. We can see that this is an A major 7 chord. We can see our chord tones here. Again, these quizzes are not here to stump you. They're just here to help you learn. Okay, so this is the daily quiz. Let's go back out and show you a lot of other interesting features here at GuitarThinker.com. We have our lesson suggestions. Those are going to pop in on the front, on the home page as soon as you log in. And here is a typical lesson. We've got some text. It says, let's review the previous lessons and quizzes. This is a lesson that's in a series of lessons on chord construction. Here's an interesting feature. I can play these chords in a sequence at, let's say, 100 BPM, and then I can use this to play along with. So each one of these is going to get 4 beats here. Okay, or I can turn the click sound off if I don't want to hear that click sound. And of course, I can explore these diagrams one by one by clicking these buttons here, and any single diagram is explorable. I can explore what these notes look like on the staff or on the fretboard. I can look at the notes of these chords. I can look at the suggested finger positions of these chords. So this is really important. You might say, well, yes, this is teaching me theoretically how to play an A diminished seventh chord, but what fingers do I use? Well, every single Guitar Thinker diagram has the finger positions or the suggested finger positions notated. You just have to use this little hand icon down here. So that's the second finger. This is a barred first finger from the fourth string to the second string, and that's the third finger right there. And if I leave this hand icon on, then I can see the suggested finger positions for all of these chords, if that's really helpful. Of course, these are open strings. If it's just an open circle there, it's an open string. Okay, so there is a typical lesson at guitarthinker.com. A lot of these have corresponding videos. This lesson doesn't. Let's go and take the quiz for this particular lesson. And if we finish the quiz, we earn this badge, and that badge gets added to our profile. So it says, in order from lowest to highest pitch, select each tone present. So this is meant to be a review. Let's go through it. So we've got a root, we've got a fifth, a root, a third, and a sixth. And that's, again, in order. If I get this out of order, let's say I say there's a second in this chord, which of course there is, but the second isn't next. So if I click it,
that is not correct.
It says that is not correct. Your selection is out of order. And then it tells me exactly what those chord tones are. Again, just like always, I can explore this diagram and say, okay, oh, that's the second. That's what it sounds like. Here's an octave of the root note. Okay, got it. That's what that sounds like. And then I get a chance to try it again. This is in a random order, so that question will come back up here. So let's just do a few of these really quick. A minor 7 flat 5, also known as a half diminished seventh. Let's do root. This is a flat 7, flat third, and flat fifth. And yes, I'm really fast at this. I promise you can be fast at this too with a little bit of practice. And of course, being fast at this exercise is not the point. It's not the goal. The goal is being able to think better about your instrument and be able to think about music as a whole. You know, it's interesting, doing these exercises actually makes you a lot better at things like the piano and other instruments because, you know, music is music, and these music concepts, what a chord tone sounds like and how chords are constructed, that is a skill that is completely transferable. So I think that you will find yourself playing guitar much, much better as you go through these exercises. If you see, say you see A diminished seventh on a chart, you know, when you're a beginner guitar player, you might see a chord like that and you might just completely freak out. You might say, oh my gosh, I have no idea what that means. I don't know a shape off the top of my head. I don't know, and you just get scared, and I guess maybe you skip it. But you don't have to, you know, you don't have to be scared of bigger chords. What Guitar Thinker teaches you how to do is how to actually build a chord. So even if you can't think of a shape off the top of your head, you'd be able to say, okay, I need a double flat seventh, which is the same as a sixth. So you'd be able to find that on the fretboard in multiple positions just because you understand how the chord is constructed. That's the goal. When you get really good at these exercises, you'll actually be able to look at your guitar neck and kind of see exactly how to move your fingers around into these different shapes because you understand what those chord tones are. So this is a flat third, and this is a flat fifth. Okay, let's go to a different feature. Let's go to search diagrams. So if you've ever wanted to know lots of different shapes, be able to find diagrams at guitarthinker.com, this is a great feature to use. C major 7, let's see some C major 7 shapes. And we can see that they load in here. We've got, this is like a classic jazz style shape. Each one of these is completely interactive here. I can click over on the staff. I can see how those staff notes correlate to the fretboard and vice versa. I can see the notes notated there on the fretboard. I can see the chord tones notated here on the fretboard, and of course the finger positions too. And then I can use this little play button to play that chord. I can do the same to this chord, and I can do the same to this chord, and so on. So this is a great tool if you're just looking for different chord shapes. It's a great way to find them. Let's see, let's do a C9 chord. Cool, there's a couple of good C9 shapes. Actually, looks like I've got to load some more in here because we've only got one good C9 shape. I'll fix that. Okay, so this has been GuitarThinker.com. You know, it's meant to be tools that help you to learn and to do it in a really fun and interactive way. And I tell you what, it can help you learn much faster. There have been literally thousands of guitar thinkers that have used these tools to level up their playing and their understanding of guitar and music theory. See you at GuitarThinker.com.